Hello, hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us again today. Here we are in October, my second favorite month. First is April, of course, where we share our birthdays. And now we're in our, we are in the 6-month birthday month, right?
Ugh, yeah. Gross. Stop it.
Happy Monday. Yay. Tuesday's on. Thank you. Yes, the weather is amazing. Fall has officially started. No thanks to Hurricane Ian, who brought in this horrible weather, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. But again, thank you for being on here. This is Kristen Rabell and
Rebecca Johnson.
Hey, she's on this week. We're so glad you're back.
I know.
We missed you. Yes. Yes. Great time to open your house and just air it out and let that cool breeze in. You won't get that too often in Gainesville. Right. Don't let the snakes in, though. Hopefully they're all going back under because it's too cold for them. Although they might come out for that heat.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of like, can you identify this snake on next door? And
I saw that too. That water snake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Luckily, a lot of people knew what it was. So. All right. Well, let's go ahead with the Monday Market Moment.
Let's see what's happening. All right. So, oh man, that thing is right.
I know. And it looks like there's a little bit of a typo, August to August, but I think it means.
Oh, yes. I think they mean August versus September. Okay. So Monday market, August versus September, Marion. So in August, we had 524 closed, and what I presume is September, we had 424 closed. So a noticeable difference. 467 active. Yeah. Definitely something that you're going to feel if there's 100 less closings. 460 pending. That's all on the slower or lower side for all of us. Here, I'm trying to figure out how to read that Hillsborough one.
All right, but there was
Hillsborough. Oh, wait, go ahead.
No, you were just the active, but those are still active. Those were still active in September, so those are not under contract yet.
Right. So those are things that came on.
There's still plenty on the market. This was just all in the month of September, even though it says August.
Yeah.
All right. So August down below. I know it's harder for you to see because there's a microphone. Closed 796, right?
Versus
and then September, which was
690. Okay. So still, yeah. The only thing I can't see is the active.
The active is 632.
Okay, and then the pending is 732. So that's pretty slow for Tampa as a whole.
Right, but remember September historically, regardless of what we're going through this year, is always the slowest month in real estate. And we would talk to a couple of closing companies and lenders, and they were all pretty slow in September. I think a big part of it is definitely the rates have changed, people's decisions, but it's normally the time where we do slow down and see a huge slowdown. So yeah, my watch is going off. Sorry. Carrie Ward is texting. But yes, so I think you're going to see that no matter what. September, it's even bigger because we're seeing this big slowdown because of the rates.
Yes. And then in Alachua County, 263 closed in August versus 180 in September. That is a very noticeable difference. Yes. And then active, it looks like it says 131 and pending 187.
So Alachua County is,
that's slowed down
continuing to show that we are super slow at, compared to Marion County, where I think a lot of people, especially from South Florida, go to because there's more land.
But I'm not seeing, at least Tampa, and I look on
the biggest city.
I look on every day, and I'm not seeing as many price decreases yet as people would expect, because I keep hearing people say, oh, it's going to drop down to nothing. You're going to be able to get a home for nothing. And I'm like, I'm not seeing people.
Well, we saw last week there were a lot of price decreases.
But not as low as people seem to think that they're going to go.
When there's a price decrease, it could be 1,000, 5,000, not these 20,000.
Yeah.
But again, at the same time, as a buyer, it looks like we are getting into a little bit more of a buyer's market than where we were. And so now is the time to make offers, at a lower price. And I'm not saying go in 100,000 lower, but I'm just saying now you can negotiate. Now you can close FHA loans, VA, USDA. You have a lot more loans you can close where, in the past year and a half, 2 years, it was cash and conventional. So, and you weren't giving a lot of concessions. So right now you are able to make those offers and negotiate more. So it's better for buyers. All right. Well, there's our numbers.
Aww.
Our top producers of September at Rabell Realty Group are Angela Beadle.
Yay, Angela.
Yay. And Mike Rust, top
Yay,
number
Mike
2.
Rust.
Right. Good job, Mike. And number 1, Jackie Mercier.
Good job, Jackie.
Good job, Jackie. Look at that.
Work.
Our 3 top for September of 2022. Look at that number. Good job, Jackie. Keep them going, right? See, even a slow month, we've got some top producers here that are closing some deals.
They're getting it done.
All right. Good job, all 3 of you. All right. So, Rebecca, talk to us about this. This is pretty awesome.
There's a tax holiday. So what is it? They're reducing some of the state taxes.
DeSantis has went ahead and said we're going to reduce some of these taxes, and one of them is
So
this
if you buy
gas
outside of Alachua County, it'll be even more inexpensive.
And I was reading, so it's all of October. So gas up everything, your boats, your cars, your trucks, your motorcycles, you know, your airplanes, everything. You have tax holidays, so they're not charging taxes. And this is supposed to save over $2 million for Florida owners. So what a great time to save that money, pocket that money, use it for something else, maybe down payment on a house or a condo.
Shoot, you probably could if you gassed up a boat and a bunch of cars.
But it is saying that it's going to help a lot of people save those extra, few dollars as they're taxing up, so they can use that towards groceries or something, more important for their family. Yes, it's important to gas up if you're driving around, but better to have it for something, more necessary for your family.
What a nice time for this to happen, since we are I saw a horrifying post. It's like
how many days?
80 days until Christmas. I'm like, you people are horrible.
Yeah, and so you want to get ready to start buying gifts and preparing for the holidays, and you can save that money now in October thanks to DeSantis. So get gassed up right now. Gas it up. Boom, boom.
Gas them all up. I'm going to go get my airplane after this and just fly into the Wawa. Gas it up.
Right. So you have to use that special gas. So you might have to go outside of Alachua County. I can't think of any. The ethanol free. That's better for your boats and your airplanes. Yeah. Well, remember Gator used to have it on 6th Street?
On 6th.
But they're closed, and they've been closed. Can't sell that property. Wanted a little too much for it. All right. We've got a lot to talk about. I mean, I think, most of us were talking last week about Hurricane Ian and how Hurricane Ian just came in and took out, lots of Florida. And so obviously, it's a real sad sight to see, Fort Myers and Naples and the surrounding areas, and then all the way up to St. Augustine. Orlando got hit really bad. So there's some before and afters that we're putting on here. I'm sure all of you have seen a lot of these, if not all of them. But the flooding was horrific, still is.
And they're still having trouble because of I think their levee is okay now, right?
Oh, Sanibel Island doesn't even have. I mean, look at this.
Yeah.
When a major hurricane's coming. I talked to quite a few people, and I'm sure a lot of you have. And it was, everybody was ready for Tampa to get hit, and then it shifted. And I mean, that's what a hurricane does. You never know what it's going to do, but it shifted roughly, and so you see those $1 million boats from that last one, and these houses and streets just completely annihilated. So it's been really sad. Hopefully you all are getting together for relief funds. We know that some Gainesville people are getting together. Look at that fishing pier. Right before the storm came, people were standing on that pier, and you can't even see it during the storm.
Yeah, that's really scary.
Now that Sanibel Causeway, it's gone. I mean, I don't know what the efforts are to rebuild it yet, but that is master tragedy, like major tragedy, horrible. Mm-hmm. And then our lovely St. Augustine.
For their levee because of the river overflowing. So hopefully that doesn't, I haven't checked today.
Let's just hope there's no more major storms coming to Florida. We pray for everyone who's been affected and lost homes. We know that some people are trying to get out just for good or rebuild. So donating, floridadisasterfund.org. You can text disaster to 20222. They're saying funds and money is a lot better than just driving down for help. They really need to make sure that you're safe when you're driving down there. If you do want to volunteer, sign up at volunteerflorida.org. They will help you get to the right place. I know that someone in our office is trying to grab, just items that are needed. Not obviously generators are always needed and water, but and gas, but also as well as, just basic needs. You can also get with American Red Cross. Call 1-800-HELP-NOW or text Red Cross to 90999, and they will help you. You can help them get set up with either volunteering or donating. And then Salvation Armyflorida.org, 1-800-SAL-ARMY. You can find a lot of these places online, but these are some of the best ones that are not out to, take your money and actually get
defraud.
Right. No defrauding. They're going to get the right supplies, the right money to the right people. And right now, we really need to. I mean, Cuba was hurt really bad as well. So it's not just Florida, it's Cuba as well. So hopefully you all will band together, and we all will too, to, help with donating or volunteering down there and all across Florida that was affected. So just wanted to share that with you so you have that. And again, praying for everyone who was affected. We're very sorry. I mean, we were spared here in Gainesville.
I know. How lucky did we all feel in the north central part?
But it was devastating. And Tampa, our Tampa office and our Tampa people were spared as well. So we're so thankful that was spared and helpful. We were watching the live cams from my house. So there's live cams all over the state of Florida from piers and different locations. And it was devastating to see them go down and then watch the news. But a lot of times the news were using the same webcams that we were watching. Yeah. So if you're ever interested in that, you just find Live Webcams Florida, and they'll take you to the major locations. So it's kind of interesting to watch.
Yeah, I watched the waters come in on St. Augustine.
Right. Oh
that
my
was
gosh.
Awful.
From the teeny bar, and then that went down. The webcams in St. Augustine, because we're way more familiar with that, are at the teeny bar, which overlooks the Matanzas River, right off of St. George's. And then at the pier on 16th.
Yeah, I was watching the pier.
17th pier. So that one. And there's a couple others. So it's tragic to watch it, but also a great way to keep up with what's going on as if, you have the service, and if their service still as well. But we watched them all down in that Fort Myers, Naples area. We even looked at Key West, because Key West is usually annihilated, but luckily they just got wind and rain, but nothing the same as the rest of Florida that got affected. So, Yep. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and take an early break, and we'll come back to talk more about Florida. Thank you for joining us. Come back on. Welcome to Town of Tioga, a planned community that combines an urban sensibility with the comfortable pace and natural beauty of a small southern town. Tioga is conveniently located off of Newberry Road in northwest Gainesville. The nearly 1,000-acre development is a mix of single-family homes and luxury apartments anchored by Tioga Town Center, a pedestrian-friendly retail, dining, and business hub. Homes in tree-lined Tioga come in a variety of sizes and styles and range widely in price, starting around $350,000. The average home size is 2,500 square feet. With the newest expansion, the planners have done an excellent job of preserving the natural beauty of the landscape. 20% of Tioga is permanently set aside as green space. The front porches, narrow landscape streets, community gardens, and retail offerings encourage walking, running, and leisurely bike rides along wooded trails. Please visit buysellrebell.com to search for your new home in Tioga. All right, so we're back after the Tioga video. Again, thanks for joining us and sticking around. I've got a new business shout out that I went to.
Okay, let's hear it.
Super cute place in Williston. And it was actually its own. So these are a lot of the little stores, and the address is 1050. Sorry, we've got something in the way. Northeast 6th Boulevard. So all of these, it's Homestead Park, and there's all of these little stores within it. There's also a sand volleyball field, and other little game area. And then on the inside, there's a bar with TVs on. Live music was there when we were, and then these cute little shops. And then they're expanding even more. And it was created by this Homestead family out of Texas. So here's live music. They try to have it every Friday and Saturday night. Open also. So, of course, this weather was great. They had a chef come in, and there's tacos, and there's hamburgers, and then there's pizza. But they're bringing they're also going to bring a coffee shop, and they started off with this idea of having tiny houses that are short-term rentals, and they have it actually up the road in Williston. And then they said they actually talked to the son. He said this open warehouse sort of like fell into their lap. So they decided to bring this idea over. And at the other spot where there should be pictures of, there's a little coffee shop. So they're going to bring the coffee shop back over. But there's all this open area. It's really not that far out. It's across the street from the RV park that's well known in Williston.
Okay, I was going to say, how far is this from like Lebanon Station? That's where it splits off to like 19.
Okay, I go down Williston Road. And
okay. Yeah, so
you know where the Hope horse place was? Okay, so it's literally like from. Are you talking Lebanon Station on Wakahuta?
I don't know. I guess out that area.
Yeah. So you pass Wakahuta Road and you keep going down, and it's about 20 minutes out.
Okay.
So it's right up on, right up in Williston. Super easy to get to. Down from, like probably 10 minutes from downtown Williston.
Okay.
So the Ivy House, you're getting right there. So
yeah.
Super close to Williston, close enough to Gainesville, a great little location. So these are the tiny resorts. So this is how they started.
Cute.
And then again, they opened this other place. But it's so great. It's family friendly, family oriented. You still can, have drinks and food and play. So we went up, and we love live music. So we watched the live music. A great little guy he didn't even say his name, but he played fantastic music.
DJ Brown. Okay. That looks like the guy.
So
that
he was a guy in Cedar Key also.
Yeah.
That's what we thought, but he didn't ever say his name.
He basically just covers the West Coast.
Right, exactly. So if y'all know TJ Brown, so there he is. He was playing there. But check it out at some point. We want to have a little Rabell party there ourselves.
It reminds me of Armature Works, less the little Airbnb. So how cool is that?
That's exactly what we're talking about. Armature Works in
I don't remember if we've done a video on Williston, but I feel like we need to do a shout out on Williston because it's actually a really cute little growing area.
It is. And there's the coffee shop now open, the Sad Donkey. And they're going to bring it over to this other Hampstead Park area. Hampstead Park is Hale Homestead Park area. Not enough, apparently.
I know. The water bottles look really funny on screen.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
Anyways, well, how cute. That's very fun.
So check it out. It's a great place to go with kids, friends, head out there Friday or Saturday night.
Are they open during the week, or are they mostly like Thursday
but they have the live music Friday and Saturday. So it seems like more of the time when they want, you to go over there. But if you are at if people are at that RV park across the street, it's really, those are more for adults. And so a lot of people are complaining. There's a couple other RV parks around that allow kids, but this is very kid friendly. There's no pool. Somebody asked me if there was a pool. There's no pool, but there's games, outdoor games. Lots of little shops. Like I said, they do have two of the little houses inside that we showed you earlier that had like the clothing store and the jewelry store, and then there was one of the stores had like honey and local mustard and things like that. And then another one was closed. So there's the clothing store. Another one was closed, and I think it was like a candy shop. So they're not always open because the family runs all of these. So they stick around, they run them, and they have this Homestead Park in other areas, not just Williston.
Wow.
Like other areas. I think, again, he was telling me he came from Texas. So if I'm wrong with that, I'm sorry, but originally it was in Texas. So that's the Provisions. That was where they had the honey and like other little, and there was a furniture store as well, which was really cute. And what you do, because they don't have people always manning these, what you do is you go in, you put your name down for the furniture, and they had the pieces that they can remake. So it's homemade furniture that they can make for you. And then if you want something else, again, you can still put your name down, request what you want, your price range, things like that. So they did have one that was open for renting. So I do have that if anyone's interested in having a little store out here in Williston during these events. You can, rent one of those cute little stores. They are putting a wine shop at one of them. Okay. You do have wine and beer there, but to buy bottles of wine, they will have one open. But if you do want to rent one, let me know and I'll give you the number to call. I took a picture of it, but didn't put it up. But again, great family or, friends get together atmosphere. So
that's really cute and sweet. There's a lot of things going on. I know if you stay tuned to the Rabell Realty Group Facebook page and our blog, you'll start to see us roll out sort of fun festivals that are coming up and coming back. Because we know we've got the Coon Hollow Farm is reopening. Yep, always support local businesses.
Supporting local businesses is wonderful. for our local people. Yeah,
was I
so
just
Coon
thinking?
Hollow, right? So
and
we
then,
were supposed to have an event calendar up. Not sure what happened to it, but that could have been
fine.
on us. So yes.
yeah, and then Red,
put it
White,
up
and
next
Blue
week.
Farm they've been doing stuff every weekend. That's also out in Williston, but super fun, family friendly. Lots of things to do for the kids. Probably one of my favorite is the Red, White, and Blue. They have more shade than most of the others. Sorry, everybody else. But
Well, there are a lot of fall festivals, and then we also have coming up the Oktoberfest, which is Friday the
that?
14th.
that's not this weekend, but next
Nope,
weekend.
next weekend, right? Next
Yep,
weekend.
not this homecoming weekend, but the following.
Yes, and then there's homecoming, obviously. So no school on Fridays. Go to the parade. And then you
Kids,
have
I'm
the
like, weren't they
homecoming
just
game the
out
next
like
day,
3
right?
days? Y'all need to go back to school.
My kid was actually missing it. He was like, I can't wait till we go back. I mean, they say that because they're, they want to be with their friends if they're not with their friends all week, the days
Oh,
that
I
they're
know.
off. But it was a couple days that's too long for them. So keep up with us. We're going to post everything coming up. We had a short podcast today, so we'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us. Talk more real estate next week. We've got our
We got a slide.
podcast slides. Yes.
We're just having
We're a little off without all
we're
of our
off
slides that
today.
we're supposed
We don't
to have.
know what's happening anymore. All right.
We just want you to go to not Hampstead Park, but Homestead Park.
Homestead Park. We're just very excited about it. All right. If you have a property that you're tired of dealing with and you need somebody to professionally help you, we are here for you at K&R Property Management, where we will help get it leased out, take care of the accounting, repair issues, inspections, and overall landlord responsibilities. Give us a call at 352-213-6410.
All right. And if you're looking to get into real estate or join a team or just have questions about real estate, maybe you are somewhere else and moving over, coming from another town, another company, give us a call, 559-8820, or email join@buysellrebell.com.
And if you can't get enough of all the zany Kristen and Rebecca fun, you can always follow us online where it's even better. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. That's where it's really good at. LinkedIn and Google My Business. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It changed a little quick for me.
Yep. And on our blog, we'll have the events coming up in October. Again, September is a slow month for real estate. October is a really busy month, but mostly because the holiday parties start happening, the holiday events, the great fall festivals. It's finally nice and cool out. That's why we can get out. That's why everybody's open with something. So again, also go to the blog, but don't forget October 14th, which is Friday night. Sorry. We are open for Oktoberfest in Hale. Check it out. It's a really fun event that we love to host as well.
And if you would like to have your own podcast, you can reach out to the Fiesta Media, who puts on this podcast, and we are very thankful for. I forgot to put that in the beginning. You can reach them at 352-327-5089.
All right. Tune in every Monday on YouTube or Facebook Live for the Rabell Realty Group podcast with Hot Messes, Kristen and Rebecca.
We just fell apart at the second half. Bye.
All right. Thank you. Bye. What happened to the list of events?